us here in Manchester ahead of a huge night of boxing, December 18th at the wonderful Manchester Arena. Of course, the main event everyone talks about. Last time, a real close run fight between Joseph Parker and Dereck Chisora. They do it all again, this time in front of fans. But what a card we have for you to close out the year live and exclusive on DAZN. It's a huge run of events this week, of course, in Sheffield. Also, Jaime Munguia against Rosado on DAZN, the Golden Boy show from America this Saturday as well. Next weekend, Demetrius Andrade in a quadruple World Championship card, of course, with Andy Lee's charge, Jason Quigley, Julio Cesar Martinez, Ahmad Aliyev, Kaylee Reese against Kamara. The week after that, Teofimo Lopez against George Kambosos at Madison Square Garden. The week after that, Devin Haney against Jojo Diaz from the MGM Grand. Conor Benn against Chris Algieri the week after that. And of course, this show on December the 18th, coupled with Leharaja's defence in Bilbao and also a big fight in Uzbekistan. We are having 10 shows in the next 7 weeks in 6 different countries. But of course here, we're here to talk about a tremendous card. And before we talk to the main event, I want to talk to a lot of people down on the bottom table, some of which are in huge fights, career-defining fights. And of course in the COVID world that we live in today, a lot of their opponents staying in their own country to prepare to fly over shortly for their challenge. Sandy Ryan, we'll start with you. Brilliant performance last time out in Italy, Sandy. Everybody's seen the brutal body shot knockout, millions and millions of views worldwide. Filled you with lots of confidence and ready to move to 3-0 in Manchester on December 18th.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it and to be on a great card, a big card like this. And yeah, let's go and put on another big performance.
Match difficulty. I mean, Kirsty Babington, we saw her beat April Hunter quite convincingly in Newcastle last time out. You boxed her on her debut, of course, won every round. Tough opponent for you last time. You took her out. I know you're talking about moving quickly, but how quickly do you want to move? You know, this, of course, going to 3-0 before the end of the year, but do you see yourself fighting for championships next year?
Yeah, 100%. I know what level I'm at, and I think I've showed in my first 2 I boxed different in both fights, and there's more to come. But next year, 100%, get me some title fights, Eddie.
You young prospects, those kind of performances are so important. You've seen the difference between the response and you know the exposure from.
Joseph sees the opportunity for himself. The way the heavyweight division is now, the landscape of the division, I think Joseph fully believes that. I believe if he gets past, and when he gets past Chisora, that he's right there with any of them. I have no plans of putting him with any fighter. He'll never fight Tyson Fury, because they're as close as, they're not brothers, but they're as close as anything else outside of that. But anybody else in that division, I'd be very comfortable putting Joe in with him. But it will be a great night, and it's great to be here in Manchester, and it's great to see all the great Manchester fighters here. I see Anthony Crawler there, and Lyndon Arthur, Michael Jennings in the crowd here, and all of these young fighters here down front. I'm big fans of all of them. I'm looking forward to the fight, and I'm looking forward for Joe to show exactly what he can do.
Obviously, as a coach, one thing you always know, you know what you're going to get from Dereck Chisora. And again, just a lot of tenacity, a lot of strength. And again, with that crowd, it's going to be a great atmosphere. I agree with Dave Colbert. I thought it was a good fight last time out, a very good fight, and a fight that was behind closed doors where you could hear a penny drop. This time, probably some 18,000 in Manchester Arena. Going to be a great atmosphere, and I think a really good fight as well. Just obviously disappointed you won't be joining us on the commentary team for DAZN, but I'm sure it'll be an exciting night for you.
I'll have a busy night with Jordan and David, and then Joe at the end. But I like Dave Colbert being in the opposite corner brings a little bit of trepidation for me. You know, Dave was in my corner when I'm 2 or 3 of the biggest fights in my career, and I know what he brings, and I know the knowledge he has. And when you're someone like Chisora, small adjustments can make a big change, and that's probably what they'll be looking to do. They're not going to. Chisora's not going to come out and box and try to move. He's obviously going to come forward and bring the fight. But small adjustments will make a big change, so we have to be ready for that. And yeah, that's what we're preparing to do. Joe's working extremely hard. We're well ahead of schedule, so I'm very happy.
Thank you, Andy. Del Boy, welcome back. I said with Coogan up there that, you know, I don't think you realise how much you miss that crowd, because there's something special about you walking out. Obviously O2 is, I guess, your home, but you did have one of the greatest heavyweight fights I've ever seen at Manchester Arena against Dillian White in the first fight. It was just an unbelievable fight. I think the energy is going to be great. A lot of people there excited to see the card, but also excited to celebrate Christmas. Place is going to be jumping. And you're ready to go again after 2 fights behind closed doors, ready to bring it back to a packed arena in a really important fight for your career.
Yeah, 2 fights behind closed doors. You say Joseph, Manchester again. I'm half excited, half not, to be honest with you. Because, yes, I'm happy for the fight, but I might be disappointed with what comes with the fight, to be honest with you. Like, I'm going to speak to my management team, 258, we get an American referee, and then we get good judges for this fight, because you know, so many times I've been robbed. You know, I was robbed in Helsinki. You know, so many fights. I was robbed the first one here in Manchester with Dylan. That's your card as well, with the Silent Brothers.
Did you do one in Helsinki?
No, the one in Helsinki, the Silent Brothers robbed me that one. You robbed me that one in Manchester. You know, so, but it's just one of those things, like, you know, it gets a bit frustrating. So I'm happy the rematch is on. I'm excited, you know, I got Dave Coro now with me. You know, he did phone me, begged me to come back. Dave, so you did beg me to come back. Dereck, come back.
Talking shit again.
I'm like, okay, I'll come back. Yeah, so yeah, you know, I'm right now I'm not buzzing yet. You know, I think it's not time to be buzzing yet, but I just want you, I'm going to say this honest publicly to the press and yourself, Eddie, that I need you to get a good referee, an American referee, not a British ball control referee, because those guys in the past have stuffed me and they've messed me around. So if Robert Smith is listening, I do not want your referee to referee me for this fight. So that's it, the British ball control, they can listen to that. And then I need you to get a good referee and good judges for this fight, because I know for a fact, come 18th of December, we are going to war. You know, Joseph Parker don't scare me. He hasn't got anything which I'm scared of. I will not let. He hasn't got power punches. He hasn't got. I don't even know how they gave him the last fight, to be honest with you. You know, I'm just disappointed that they gave him.
Have you watched that one back? I mean, I know on the night you were.
Let me tell you something. To be God honest truth, I haven't even watched the fight with. My first professional debut, I didn't even watch a fight with Usyk. I haven't watched a fight with Dillian White twice. I don't watch my fights because I've been in them, so I know I did. So I don't need to watch them. I'm going to watch them for. I was in it. you know all these fighters. Oh, I'm going to go back and watch the fight. You were in it. You know what you did and what you did wrong. So what are you going to watch? Sit down there and say, oh, I'm going to study the tape now. Study what? I was in it. You understand?
You stand by you won that fight against Joseph Parker?
100% I stand by I won that fight. I was the more pressure fighter. I was making the fight happening. All you wanted to do was just hold. That whole Kronk style, holding and just resting on you. That's what they do. You know, which is good for them. You know, but all I'm saying is, if I have to pay somebody, you know, if I have to pay one of the judges or anything, please let me know. I cannot understand the money to you. So, am I right? Because half of the time, it's just, who do I have to pay?
Just to confirm, that won't be happening. But,
no, if it happens, I'm just saying, who do I have to pay?
Okay. You talked about Joseph Parker as a fighter. You said you didn't feel that he was anything special, didn't have any power, etc. What adjustments do you feel you have to make with Dave without giving a game plan away? Do we just need to see the same pressure from Dereck Chisora? I know you talk about the ability to be able to work on the inside, but we're not going to see a dramatic change to the game plan at this stage, are we? You just got to land more leather on Joseph Parker. maybe try and take him outside the distance. You won't need no judges.
The name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is boxing. You know, bite your gum shield and just chuck the leather. That's it. There ain't no point of like trying to tippy-toe boxing and all that nonsense. It don't work. Bite the gum shield and chuck the kitchen sink. That's the name of the game for me. You know, we are coming to war. You know, this is why people love watching me. We're coming to fight. You know, I've never been a boxer in my life, so we are coming to fight.
Finally, Dale, I can't believe you found yourself back in Rotherham in training camp. I know.
Love Rotherham.
But one thing I will say that probably people don't know about you is that your love for the game is real. I mean, you know, Dave talks about being in the gym around young fighters. I know you've spent a lot of time around AJ, and everyone that you know closely in the sport, you'll always support them. You do love this, don't you? I mean, you're in fight of the year contender after fight of the year contender.
You know,
this is your life as well.
You know, I was saying this morning in the gym. I was like, I was telling Lawrence and Jordan, I was like, listen, the boxing life is so short, you know, and you have to grab with both hands the ups and downs, you know, the wins and the lose. You just have to enjoy it while you're doing it. You know, you don't want to be, after you hang up your gloves and stuff, having regret to say, oh, why did I not train hard enough for this fight? And I love it. I enjoy it. I love training. I love waking up. I love to be on M1 coming to Sheffield every Sunday. I enjoy it. I love going back to my family. I love coming back down here, seeing Dave, you know, staying in a hotel. You know, I love it. And I same as my opponent. I think he loves it because he lives his family. You know, and he comes to, you know, to Europe to train when he's so far away from his wife and kids. And this time shot we have, it's not long. So I always tell myself, I thank God for everything I have today. You know, waking up every morning, you know, just loving this game of ours, which is boxing. You know, but sometimes people who fuck it up is Eddie and Enron. You know, we love this game so much. There's so many fights we wanted to see, but we can't see them anymore. You know, but you're gonna make it right though. And one of the fights I want to have is me and Joseph Park, and then after that,
well, you got that one.
We got that one.
18.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So, but it's gonna be a great show.
Good to see you, mate. Thank you, Joseph. He wasn't very impressed. You haven't got much power, but close fight last time. You stand by. I'm sure you've watched the fight back.
I've watched it back, yeah.
You believe that?
Wrestling's always interesting to listen to Dereck. Thank you, Dereck. And maybe I can pay for the judges as well. So we can all be fair judges and referee. First, it's great to be back here in the UK. Great to have David Naika here as a training partner. Obviously, Andy Lee, the coach, the main man, Johnny Ward, the rest of the team back in Morecambe. I said, I'm excited because it's my first rematch in my career. And I'm excited to see the improvements that I've been making in camp when I've been away in New Zealand and the things that Andy and I have been working on. I know we didn't have the longest camp the last time, but we have a much longer camp this time and there's no excuses. And I did watch the fight back and I thought I won, so I'm not sure. You know, he thought he won too, so
what we're doing on
that's why we're here again.
Yeah, exactly. When you left the ring, you're like, rematch straight away, because you knew I won. You're like, I'm going to give you the rematch straight away.
I'm not sure what you watched.
No, but when we in the ring,
maybe it's
you and Andy came up to me, rematch.
Listen, Andy came up to you because Andy was, you know, as a coach, he wasn't quite sure. But after he watched it back too, he thought I won.
Listen,
I'm listening.
you're only here, man, because you know you're going to get another payday. It's okay.
You're going to get another payday too.
Andy,
I love payday. Andy, shut up. We're talking.
Oh, sorry.
I love a payday. You know, you know, people will say payday. Fuck yeah, I'll take a payday every day. Who don't want no money? I want money. That's the name of the game. I don't want no cryptocurrency, but I want. Can you pay me in cryptocurrency? Possibly. You know, listen. It might be all smiling games, but I'm upset. You know, he goes to me after the fight. We're gonna give you the rematch. Him and Andy. And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, here we are.
You're the one who asked for it. So here we are.
Yes. So don't tell me you won the fight.
I won the fight. Let's look at box ring.
Listen, I don't believe those numbers on BoxRec. I lost a fight with Robert Elenius, and then a week later I was fighting for the WBC. So it shows you how crooked this sport is sometimes. So I don't really care about numbers. All I just want is you in the ring.
You have me right now?
Yes. It's going to be amazing. You know, great card. You know, you go great card here. I don't even know the names now.
You train with too?
Who do I train with? Oh, no. Oh, he's there, yeah. Who do I train with?
No, Dereck.
Dereck. And who else? Oh, yeah. Great card, yeah. Can't wait.
We went for breakfast every week.
Huh?
We went for breakfast every week.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence is paying as well.
Joseph, you shared 12 rounds with Dereck Chisora. You've also shared 12 rounds with AJ and Dillian White as well. Tough guy, you know, very physical in there as well. He talked about you wanting to hold in that fight, but I get the feeling this fight might not go the distance this time around.
Yeah, Dereck is one tough guy. He comes forward, puts on the pressure, and he, like he says, he fights his long shield and throws the kitchen sink. And that's exactly what he did. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do for the next fight. And I feel this fight's going to be different. And I've had a lot more time to work on things that Andy has suggested I work on. And now that I'm here with him, you know, in camp, my confidence is growing every single day. I'm seeing the improvements.
Talk about that sacrifice. I know obviously Dereck makes it as well, heading up the M1, but you are over the other side of the world, away from your hometown, away from your family as well. But you make those sacrifices because you believe it's a place that's going to really benefit your career.
I feel like this is a place to be. You know, first I have this fight with Dereck in front of me, and there's a lot more fights out there that can be made. And we have to make these sacrifices. As fighters, I know a lot of fighters make sacrifices, but I'm away from my family, wife and kids, parents, and I feel like it's my time to make it count.
And when you look at the world heavyweight rankings, it's kind of like a dangerous fight for you because you're well positioned. Dereck, in a way, doesn't have as much to lose, maybe from a rankings perspective, but he's coming here to win. But you're very well positioned now, especially with victory on December 18th, to go and get a shot and try and become a two-time world heavyweight champion.
That's my goal, to be two-time world champion. I'm well positioned at the moment with the rankings, but in this with COVID, it's hard to lock in fights. So thanks, Eddie, for a match with David Higgins, Andy for getting this fight made, Chisora for accepting it again. It's good to be out 3 times this year, and you just got to take the opportunities when it comes.
And finally, you shared 12 rounds last time. I know you just want to win the fight, but sneaky part of you feels like you do this inside the distance.
I feel like I will. I have a good feeling. Not that feeling.
Listen, you ain't got a chance, son.
Come on.
You ain't got a chance. The only time you got a chance if Eddie pays the referee for you and the judges.
That's the way. Let's make a plan. Let's all pay the referee and judges.
Yeah?
You want to end this one inside the distance, Del? No talk about the judges. Can you do that? Do you think you can stop him after sharing 12 rounds with him last time?
Yeah. Ask him. You had to go see the dentist after he saw me, boy. You ask him. He had to phone Ali Street and go see a dentist because 2 of his teeth came out. Am I lying, Joseph?
Lying.
So open your mouth, let's see. Open your mouth, let's see. You know, it's going to be a great show, you know. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait.
Del, thank you. Joseph, thank you. Andy, Dave, thank you. Sandy, David, Lerone, Jack, Zelfa, Jordan, Rhiannon. Also, we'll be announcing another big championship fight for this card. I don't know where we're going to fit it on, but a very big fight to be announced later on this week for this card as well. December 18th, tickets now on sale, huge pre-sale, several thousand already gone. December 18th, Christmas special, Manchester Arena, live on DAZN. Wherever you are, do not miss it. We're going to have a head-to-head with these two up here now, and also individual photos with the guys. Thanks for coming today. All these guys are available for you.